Let's talk.
Giles Brown.
I'm delighted to say that Steve joins me from the glamour of a backstage area somewhere. I'd imagine it could be LA, it could be Miami, could be a recording studio in Antigua. Good morning to you, Steve. How are you doing today?
I'm good, man. Thank you for having me on. We nearly missed you, didn't we, there? But, you know, technology and all that.
Yeah, you got to keep people on their toes on a Wednesday, otherwise they get complacent, you know. And whereabouts are you today, then, Steve? Where do we find you?
We're in the office today. We're doing office work, which is all the kind of setting up, booking for 2027, 28 now. So we never stop. When I'm not on tour, I'm in the office.
Yeah, and what if, I was looking at your blog, and isn't life strange but rather great, Steve? Because, you know, one minute you're thinking, what should I do? I want to be a chef, I want to cook stuff, and you do that. And then, and you're very good at that, and, you know, from your native Manchester. And then sort of, there's a very good picture on your website of, and I am like you, I am a man who had 80s hair, 90s hair back in the day, and now that has gone. But there's a picture of you singing in Corfu. So did you always, or wherever it is, doing some karaoke, were you always a singer?
No, I mean, they didn't have karaoke back that far back, so I'm that old. I remember when it arrived, karaoke, and I was too old for it then. It was a picture I come across that you're thinking about, and I was in Corfu when I was 18, 19, and that's probably the first time I sang, and it was a guy on a guitar in a bar, and that's the first time somebody said, you can sing, it was great, and he used to get me up every night. And then I went back to the family business, which was hotels and cooking and chefing. And I'd get up and I'd sing with some of the acts we'd have on. They'd have dinner dances, Jerry and the Pacemakers, them kind of 50s, 60s guys we'd have on.
Searchers.
And I'd get up for a laugh. And somebody recorded me singing a Meatloaf song, 2 out of 3 Ain't Bad, and sent it to Stars in Their Eyes on a cassette, because that's what it was then. And I got the phone call, did Stars in Their Eyes. This is a really super quick version of how long it's took me. I'm like a 35-year overnight success. And then my crossroads changed. I got to this crossroad in life, 22, 23, and ended up taking the road of, I'm going to be a singer. And that's what I did, and took the show on the road, and I made a big business out of it.
A couple of points on that one. Is Steinman, is that your actual surname, or was that a stage name?
No, it was given to me by the TV guys, because we needed to be in a thing called Equity, which was a governing body to be on television at the time. Yeah, you don't need it now. So my name was taken, so you had to have a name for the forms. And I was a chef, I was a cook, I didn't really want a stage name. It's not something I ever thought about. And they give me that name. They said, that's a good name to use, because you're doing a Jim Steinman song, why not, And it stuck, and I've been Steinman longer than I've been Murray. So, my name's Murray, Stephen Murray.
But the other thing is, Steve, is the fact that, you can sing a bit. I mean, people get up and they'll destroy, I don't know, The Girl from Ipanema or something like that, or, Wet, Wet, Wet or whatever. But Meatloaf. Now, I've got a very good friend, Morning Sandy, who does Meatloaf, and it is, people think, it's just yelling. Steinman, Jim Steinman wrote operatic songs, the whole range. Massive. You cannot get up there and sort of warble a bit. You have to know what you're doing. So Steve, that must have been a challenge to begin with. So you really can sing.
Yeah, it just came naturally. The tone, I'm a tenor, I guess, and I don't find it hard to sing in that range, and I've been doing it for 35 years, and I do it 5 nights a week. So, people say, do you warm your voice up? Do you take anything? No, we just go straight at it every night.
But the other thing is the fact that, with these talent shows or whatever have been going for a long time now. And if we were to look back, the music playing fields are littered with the rusting corpses and decaying whatevers of, one-hit wonders. They've gone out there, they've done the big thing. They've been on everything. They dated a supermodel or a page tree girl. They've released an album. Simon Cowell's kicked them into the long grass, and they're now sort of, I don't know, they're running chip shops in Cumbria. You're lucky because you've got a brain in your head, and also the style of music that you picked, because I will say this because I'm a rock fan myself, and rock fans are the most loyal fans bands in the world, and you came up with a brilliant concept. Tell us about it.
It's frozen.
It's frozen?
In time.
Don't swear, for goodness sake. I can see you. Can you hear me? And, as my Welsh grandmother used to say, the joys of whatever.
Froze.
Can you hear me?
There we go. We froze.
You literally didn't swear. I was terrified you were going to say, fudge sticks. Did you?
You could hear me. You could hear me.
I could hear you. That was what was worrying me.
I couldn't hear you, and I thought, we've gone. You froze.
So what?
So I've took the long road, haven't I? I've took the steady, slow road. I call it it's like the hare and the tortoise, and I'm the tortoise, and some of the guys take the fast road. They try and make it to the top really quick, and they tend to disappear as quick as they came. And I've just stuck at it and built up a massive fan base, and we've just grown and grown and grown, and got to this point now. I've actually got Meatloaf's band coming over playing with me. We're doing BAT, the 50th anniversary next year. So I haven't stopped doing the Meatloaf stuff. It's just I still do my own original stuff, and we still put an incredible band together, and we'll go out and do some of Jim Steinman and Meat songs at in another show. So it's never gone away from me, the Meatloaf stuff.
But as well as that, you've done this because as we get more mature, quote unquote. We sort of grow into our looks, don't we, Steve? Both you and I, and and being on the dark side, as we probably both are. Vampires Rock, the Eternal Love thing, is that still going? Because I think that's genius, because it gives you so much to play with.
Yeah, I'm on tour now. Vampires Rock started 25 years ago, and it was an idea I come up with to play lots of classic great numbers. And it's like a trilogy. It went from Vampires Rock Ghost Train, and now it's Vampires Rock Eternal Love. And Eternal Love is all my original songs, because I've had 2 number-1 albums in the rock charts now, and even the Cast album went number-1 in the rock charts. So the songs are brilliant. So I decided, we'll make a musical now with original songs, and that's what we're doing. And we're on tour right now across the UK.
How does and just talk about? I mean, you sung with Toyah. You've got the guitarist from Scott Gorman's old band, haven't you, as well? Who was playing with you for a bit? Whose name Black Star Riders. I mean, that's some serious musical chops, my friend. Yeah,
what I'm trying to do, we're trying to create the best band possible to play the best music possible. I mean, next year is the big one with the BAT Out of Hell tour. So we've got Kazim Sultan, who actually played bass on the original recording, played with Meatloaf for 17 years. We've got Mark Alexander on piano, who played with Meatloaf for 25 years and toured with many other bands, and he was Meatloaf's musical director. So, and you've heard Tanith on the Rescue Me songs, incredible singer. So band-wise is going to be up there. We've got a professional mega outfit, and that's what we need for these songs, and that's what we're going to do, and we're going to bring you. It's not, we're not messing about. We're not, we're as professional as you can get. That's what we're going to bring to the table.
What's the setup on this? I mean, what's your back line like? Because obviously you're not just rocking up with an iPad and some karaoke songs and go and here's 283 and bad click. I mean, because we've got to become more of a show these days, haven't you?
Massive, So we've got 4 dancers who back in and dancing. We've got the big LED screens. We've got lots of video production. Lighting amazing. You've got to put the lighting in. It's all about stage show for me. It's all about making it huge. Stage props are coming on and off. So it's not just a band knocking the songs out. We're actually a production show. That's my background, really. That's what I do. So we bring that into all the shows.
Here's the thing, because in a world, this is a voiceover, in a world where you're paying like 500 quid corporate to go and see, Oasis or something, like minimum, all right, and it's going to be, you're going to be at the back of some huge stadium, the Manchester Arena, whatever the hell they call it these days. So you could basically see the same things you see on your phone because they're so far away. You're taking this to places like on every night or every other night of the week with this show. It's a professional show, but you're taking it to the venues where people aren't paying, half their arm to go and see it, and you're bringing a top show. So we've got to sort of quote unquote feel the love, and it must be very gratifying to get that out, because you must get a tremendous connection with the audience.
Yeah, I mean, we have a great following, and I don't want to rip people off. We want to get to the towns and cities and places they live rather than making them come to us. So and I love touring. I'd rather go in one town and in and out. I don't want to stay in one place for a long time. And we'll play anything from 1,000-seater to a 3,000-seater, or we might go and do some arenas, which we've got penciled in next year, but we'll half-size them, so 6,000 seats. So the visual thing for me is massive, and keeping the ticket prices at we kind of around the £40 mark. Rather than being ridiculous £80 to £200, in theatres. I just don't believe that's right. So, but it's difficult because, it's so expensive to tour, it's so expensive to put these shows on the road. 2 Arctics, 20 staff, band, it's a big setup.
Yeah, and you're running your own show. I mean, you've got an office there, and trust me, I've worked in concert promotion, and it is chaos theory and crisis management at all times.
All the time. I've got a great team. It's a small team, but we all know what we're doing. I don't have people just kind of willy-nilly hanging around doing nothing. Everybody who works for me is doing a job, and they're not doing one job. They're probably doing 3 jobs, But I always say I know how many rolls of gaffer tape I've got on stage. That's how close I am to knowing what my running costs are. Go and ask Elton John how many rolls of gaffer tape is. He wouldn't have a clue. They could be sticking 200 grams worth of gaffer tape on his bill, and he wouldn't know. I know if he bought some tea bags. It's that kind of.
Talking of which, because you were a chef, what's the rider like with your catering demands?
No rider. We don't have a rider. No rider. We'll buy pizza in or we'll get takeout. So we don't have a rider. We just turn up, we do the job. We have tea and coffee. That's the rider. And everybody eats different. So I'm not cooking for 40 people and then throwing it all in the bin. So they sort themselves out. It's their job, not mine.
Brilliant stuff. What's coming up next then? So you're currently you are working towards The Bat, which I love that. So you're rehearsing for The Bat, but have you got any concerts in the UK coming up this year before The Bat goes on the road? Yeah.
With loads. So we're finishing the Vampires Rock Eternal Love in May, roughly May, June, and then we go into Anything for Love, which is all Meat Loaf, Jim Steinman stuff, which is the show I've been doing for 30 years now, Anything for Love and Meat Loaf show. And then we start rehearsing for Bat, and that's the big one. And then we've got Kazim Sultan, we've got Mark Alexander, we've got all the big players coming on tour with us, and we're aiming, hopefully, to get ourselves at the Royal Albert Hall. That's the big push for me this year.
Ooh. That will be absolutely. Do you still get the same buzz when you walk on stage? Is that the thing? I
will when I walk on the Royal Albert Hall stage. Yeah, that's for sure. And then I said, people always say to me, "When are you going to write a book? You've got a really funny book in you." And I said, you know what? When I've walked on that Royal Albert Hall, there might be a book after that one.
Yeah, absolutely. And there'll have to be a rider on that one because, come on, it's the Royal Albert. Even if
but I have to pay for it, so there'll be no rider. Watch.
Oh, fair enough. If people want to follow you on the socials, Steve, and find out what you're up to and go and see some of the gigs, where's the best place? I mean, presumably you've got a website. You're on the you're Instagramming, TikToking, whatever.
Everything. Yeah. So Facebook, I think, is the best one, really. It's Steve Steinman Productions. Come and find us on Facebook. And that I'm on there all the time. So everything that's happening is on there. We've got the Rocking the Boat cruise coming up in September. We're setting off to France and Spain on the 5th of September.
Where are you coming in Spain? We're in Spain. Where are you coming in Spain?
We're in, I think, Bilbao.
Yeah, Bilbao, yeah.
Yeah, and we're kind of around that area. We kind of dip around Spain, and then we're only a week, so then we got to get back up to France. So you're probably a bit further over, aren't you? A bit further inland, maybe.
Yeah, we're down the Costa del Sol, my friend. But we're throughout whole of Spain, but there you go.
Yeah, but so we're rocking the boat, we call it. Rocking the Boat 2. We've already done one cruise a couple of years ago, and it was so successful. So we end up with about 2,000 or 3,000 fans coming on board, and we do some shows, do some Q&As, and we just mingle and have fun. It's fantastic.
Brilliant. Just give me the Facebook and all that, so people go and find you, and the websites, please, Steve.
Yeah, Steve Steinman Productions. Come and find me on Facebook, or just put Steve Steinman in. You'll find me, because I've got the Meat Loaf Story Facebook page. I've got Vampires Rock Facebook page. But if you put Steve Steinman in Facebook, you'll come across all my pages.
You see, we get there in the end. You see, it's a Wednesday. The technology froze, but we still got you in the end. if you play, let us know when you play in the Royal Albert Hall. I think I'll fire up the V8 and come and see that one, because that's going to be the Bat at the Royal Albert Hall.
The Bat, yeah, the Bat is back. Yeah, that's what we want.
And I'll even bring my own rider. It's been brilliant to speak to Steve Steinman. Steve, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Glad we got there in the end.